All right, guys, welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge here in Kiev, and it's time for the grand final. At least what I've been waiting for, and I think a lot of people in this room have been waiting for, the grand final of StarCraft 2. Of course, we've had a fantastic tournament so far. We had so many 3-2 results in the players. We had a lot of 2-1 results in the groups. And I mean, in the past, a lot of people have been wondering about the format of the Intel Extreme Masters. Is it really worth holding qualifiers? Isn't it better to just invite players? Well, the guys who qualified for this tournament really showed that they deserve to be here. I mean, think of a player like Feast who made just a fantastic run through 3 qualifiers, being here, making a name for himself on such an international stage like this. Fantastic. Kaz, I mean, we've been hyping him for a long time, but really stepping it up for his home crowd here. I think it's been absolutely fantastic. And we still have one more amazing best of 5 coming up, which is, of course, mTw.DIMAGA against Slayers.MMA. Before that, I do want to thank everyone here for showing up. I want to thank all the people at home for sticking with us through these 4 days. We had a very rough day 1. Day 2 was a lot better. Day 3 was great. And so far, Day 4 has been nothing but fantastic. So thank you guys at home. Make sure one more time to vote for your favorite player at intelextrememasters.com for the Sick Nerd Baller contest. And well, whoever you vote for, I'm pretty sure he's going to deserve it. So I'm going to head over to Ben, Mr. Bitter, who's sitting on the couch one more time with DIMAGA and MMA. So everybody, give them a big round of applause.
Thanks a lot, Kev. I'm sitting on the couch with DIMAGA and with MMA. Man, there's a lot of skills on this couch. Feeling a little bit inadequate. DIMAGA, you wow, that was kind of cool. DIMAGA. Man, that is awesome. Dima, you beat Cass in the semifinal to get here. It was an incredible series. After watching him play against Zenio, I don't know how you did it. What are your feelings? How confident are you moving into this grand final against MMA?
Yeah, it was really hard to play against Cass, but right now I'm kind of okay, and I also know how MMAs play. I see his replays. Also, he sees mine, so it will be really nice mind games, I think. He already knows his build orders. So he has like this paper from Korea. I don't know. He's trying to give him. I don't know. And he will play these build orders. It's pity I didn't know Korean. I can't read this.
All right. So you said MMA already has seen some of your play. Do you have any special builds prepared, or is it going to be more of the same?
I think it will be more the same, but maybe we'll see something new.
Okay. MMA. First question for you. How do you feel? Are you confident going into the final?
기분 어떠냐고. 파이널 이제 경기 남았는데 기분 어떠세요?
결승전을 디마가라 선수랑 해서 매우 영광스럽고요. 디마가가 여기 자기 나라인데 여기서 만약에 디마가 이기면은 저 집에 잘 갈 수 있을지 걱정이에요.
He's very honored to play the finals at IEM Kiev, and he's afraid when he loses that all the DIMAGA fans go crazy and he can't go home.
Oh, okay. So DIMAGA said that you've already got all your builds written down on a sheet of paper. You know exactly what you're going to do. What are they?
종이에다가 이제 빌드 오더 같은 걸 다 썼잖아요. 그게 뭔지.
1세트부터 5세트까지 다 준비를 했고 그리고 제가 디마가 선수한테 또 보여줬어요. 그거를 그냥 자꾸 보려고 하길래 그냥 봐라. 근데 봐도 모르잖아요. 그래서 한국어 공부하고 온대요.
He built. He made every build order for every set of the game, and DIMAGA wanted to see this piece of paper, and he actually showed him because he can't speak Korean, and DIMAGA said that he will learn Korean.
Next time.
Yeah, next time.
All right. MMA, honestly, you've been beating everybody here. You look really strong. Do you feel like you're the favorite to win in the final?
이제 파이널 하는데 자기가 스스로 우승할 거가 생각하냐고요. 우승 후보일 것 같아요.
I don't know because Ukraine top player 4. I know Shevchenko, Igor Vovchansin, White Ra, Empire Cast, Dimaga, who?
Dimaga, he just said that he's heard of Cass, he's heard of White Raw, but he doesn't know who this Dimaga guy is. Do you have any sort of rebuttal for that?
Ooh, I don't know.
All right. Well, I guess the only thing we can do now is send them to their PCs and let them fight it out. Good luck, MMA. Good luck, Dimaga. Grand Finals, Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge Kiev coming up after this.
What's the most amazing thing you ever saw? Was it something big or something small? Something old or something new? Or maybe, just maybe, it's something you haven't seen yet. The second generation of Intel Core processors. Stunning visuals, intelligent performance. This is visibly smart.
Something is not right. Don't worry, man. Go on, get down. Flash. Make the switch. Oh, do it now.
Got him.
I can't play with details.
Not bad, huh?
I think it was this guy over here.
Gaming is in the details. BenQ XL series and RL series.
Alright guys, welcome back. It's grand finals time. Slayers MMA against mTw.DIMAGA. Ben, how ready are you? Oh, you're not ready yet. That's okay, Ben. Take your time. You can take all the time you want. The first map is going to be played once again on Tal'Darim Altar. Pretty cute little interview you had there with the two guys. I liked it. I think the people at home liked it as well.
Dimaga who?
Dimaga who? Hey, I'm surprised actually that MMA knew Kaz over Dima, because I think for a lot of foreign people, Dimaga is actually the one who's more famous.
Yeah, I think
mean,
so.
at least
yeah.
for,
I mean, in North America, Dimaga is much more well known than Cass.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think you're right. But
also, a lot of people asking on Facebook and Twitter, asking me to please get some shots of the crowd when Dimaga is playing instead of just watching us all the time. Well, guys, the production crew is listening, so hopefully that would be possible. We do have a camera on stage right now. We see MMA being awesome as always on the on the main stage, and hopefully we can see a bit of the crowd as well.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
MMA,
They deserve it.
He seems so calm, cool, and collected, man. He was just kind of joking on the couch, cutting up a little bit. So, great interviewer. Dimaga, of course, impossible not to like Dimaga. Oh man, I just can't wait. I just can't wait for this final.
If it's gonna be anything like the third place inside, I'll be more than happy. I mean, Ben, for a day that's been only TVG so far, I've had a very, very good day. I'm gonna have to admit that.
I have been like, this has been a blissful state of like entrancing StarCraft for me. Every game has been great.
Yeah.
MMA kind of owned Xenio. 3-0, in fact.
Yeah, there was one game which was really quite close for. I mean, Tal'Darim
Yep.
was quite close for quite a while, so it's going to be very tough for Dima, obviously.
Yeah, but MMA owned Xenio, and DIMAGA Cass was quite close, and Xenio Cass was even closer.
Yeah.
So I wonder, is MMA going to own DIMAGA?
Yeah, I mean, that's if you want to do math like that, it works like that, man. But I don't think we can count like that. Anyway, guys, final break. Time to look at the match sheet, and then we'll be right back with our first game on Tal'Darim Altar.
And we are back with the first game of the grand final, DIMAGA versus MMA. No matter what happens, this has been a great tournament, and everybody's going to go home happy because we've had lots of great StarCraft 2. And I
lots
can't,
of stories, man.
Yeah, I
That's
can't
all that
think of a
matters.
better way to end the day, man. Ukraine versus Korea. Cass has already come through. Can DIMAGA make it 2-0?
2-0 for the Ukrainians, you mean? That's going to be really tough. I mean, Cass showed him the way, but Dima knows how hard this is going to be. I really like that Xenio went so all out, though, in that third place decided. He could have imagined that perhaps he was very disappointed and he didn't care that much, but it felt like he cared so much more than even in the group stage of this tournament. I've really seen him, at least in this tournament, he didn't play that good yet as he played against Cass. Absolutely fantastic games, man. And we'll see, will Ukraine be able to get that 2-0 over Korea? Well, then if that happens, Ben, then it's time for a serious nations war.
I think so. MMA, gasless before barracks. I think it's just the first time I've seen him do this all day long. He still has time to throw down that racks, though, so still plenty of room for him to get that aggressive early game going.
How awesome would it be if MMA showed that sheet of paper with all his build orders and Dima is actually speaking flawless Korean.
Yeah.
Then he answers in Korean. It's like, "Kamsahamnida, I'm gonna own you right now really hard." I would like to see even the look on MS's face right now. It's like,
He's like, oh! He goes frantically starts writing on the other side of the page, come up with some new builds.
That would be awesome.
15 hatch for DIMAGA. Still no gas for MMA. I think he's going to be going for a very fast command center. I haven't seen him do this all tournament.
Nope. I mean, certainly not against Zerg. This is obviously seems to be shaping up like the build that's also popular in PvT. I haven't seen it that much in ZVT. Obviously, Cass is throwing in sometimes a variation like this, sometimes even CC first, and it still comes down to the same thing. But yeah, this is basically how most Protoss open against how most Terrans open against Protoss. Are you sure that he knows that DIMAGA is Protoss, or Zerg? That he doesn't think he's
maybe
Protoss?
not. He did say
DIMAGA who?
who.
So he might actually think he's playing PvT.
Could be. DIMAGA, man, given the fact that he's playing MMA, somebody with a bit of a reputation for being aggressive, he went 17 spawning pool. It is super late. I mean, on Tal'Darim Altar, you've got more time than on any other maps, it seems. And he's going to be fine, but man, what a gamble. Just going to go 17 pool. Like, what if he'd been...
2 racks.
Yeah, even a reactor at Hellion opening is going to be kind of scary because you're not going to have a spine crawler up and your lings are going to be so slow.
Really? You wouldn't even have a spine crawler up?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe. I really don't think so.
We'll see. 2 refineries going down right now for MMA, so I'm curious to see how he's going to follow this up. Most likely just with Reactor Hellion. So it's kind of like how Cass opened against DIMAGA as well. Even though Cass went CC before Rex, but it doesn't change that much in the build order. The idea is still the same, Ben.
Mm-hmm. Yep, this is just a slightly more economical version. He'll be able to have more workers, faster double orbital, and just a better economy in general. The factory, we're going to see it start up as soon as he has 100 gas, I would wager. And I'm so eager to see how DIMAGA chooses to play. He said expect more of the same, expect more like you saw from the Cast series, but there also might be some surprise in order. And maybe a 6-pool.
No, the 6-pool wasn't very successful against Cast, so we'll see. MMA getting the bunker up now as well, just to be safe. And the reactor is on the way on the barracks, going to switch it up with the factory, of course, and then we will see the first Hellions. It's hard to say how many he's really going to produce and what he's going to transition into afterwards. But we will find out sooner than later.
Yep. Third queen coming out for DIMAGA, still no spine crawler. And I guess he's got no real reason to build a spine crawler. He hasn't seen anything too scary. These Marines are going to take the Zelnaga tower. DIMAGA just going to let the Ling die. But he knows that there are at least 4 Marines out on the map. And he responds with just more drones.
Yes, he's playing very economical so far, so he's not afraid. Even though sometimes in the foreign scene Koreans have a... Oh well, a lot of people do think that Koreans like to be cheesy from time to time. Certainly in finals we've seen MC a few times pulling off sick cheeses with so much money on the line. But MMA so far plays it very standard, and Dimas doesn't seem to be worried about it at all. Does have that one overlord in position, but that's pretty much all he has seen. But he didn't even try to peek it. Didn't even make a single Zergling. He has 7 Zerglings right now.
Yeah, he's got 18 more coming, so he's about to swell up and have a healthy number of lings, and he's going to use those lings to go to work on the rocks at his third base. That'll allow him to take that third pretty quickly. I sort of like this play from DIMAGA. Cuts into his early game economy a little bit, but he's only 9 drones shy of full 2-base saturation, and he'll be able to close that gap very soon. Third hatchery goes down in the main base of DIMAGA.
Yep, more Hellions on the way for MMA. Stimpack is being researched as well. His first Hellions are going to run into the screen. Nice little crease right here on the high ground is going to make it a little bit easier for Dima and makes it harder for MMA to have those Hellions in a good position. He has a lot of Zerglings here working on these rocks. Let's see if DIMAGA is going to be able to get a surrounder perhaps on these Hellions. Ooh, MMA, that's tricky. I think DIMAGA will get it.
Oh, yep, MMA really has to scramble here. DIMAGA's broken those lings up into 2 groups, and he does get a pretty, yes, beautiful surround by DIMAGA. First 2 Hellions go down. Small victory for DIMAGA.
Yeah, actually, I think it's bigger than small, because now he's going to have 2 more Hellions in the way. Look at there's 10 more drones in the way for DIMAGA. MMA is getting a ton of reactors at the moment, so it just seems like kind of standard. Does he have any tanks yet? No, maybe a bio-only push?
Yeah, it could be. He's going like super heavy marine. Right now he's got stem finishing, no combat shields yet. He's also getting the reactor for his starport, so it's going to be marine medevac.
Okay. Interesting. Bio-only opening so far from MMA. And how well is that going to do against the 2-2 style from DIMAGA, getting those upgrades on those Zerglings and Banelings?
That kind of looks like the direction DIMAGA's headed. Yeah. Baneling Nest and double Evo Chamber as the layer is morphing. So I think you're right. If DIMAGA opts for something like that, then MMA could be in some trouble. He is finally building a tech lab on that factory. So the siege tanks, they'll show up sooner or later, but it's going to be later than sooner. We don't see a whole lot really happening around the map right now, except for this Ninja expand up at the top of the map. MMA, very fast third base.
He did this against Zenio as well, also on Tal'Darim. So I guess he just really loves to expand in odd positions in Tal'Darim. This is going to be a little bit easier to spot for Dima than the other one, though. But still, we have a couple of overlords making their way over to the left bottom side of this map. But look at DIMAGA's group shot, by the way, Ben. It's before the 10-minute mark, and it almost reaches the Selnaga Watchtower.
Yep, yeah, he's doing a very good job in the early game. Getting that creep moving. Upgrades on the way. Baneling speed on the way. No additional tech from DIMAGA except for his Spire. About halfway done on that Spire.
Oh, it seems like he just wants to go for it straight away. Not too impressed with this army of MMA, and I actually think DIMAGA has what it takes to make work of this army.
Oh yeah, he's going to get a full surround. Kills a lot of Marines initially. MMA needs to lift up to get out of there, and he saves a Hellion and some Marines. But honestly, that was a great trade for DIMAGA. MMA immediately starts making a move towards the back of DIMAGA's natural, but DIMAGA sees it. He's got lings in good positions. And what is DIMAGA going to do? Is he thinking counterattack? Not yet.
Siege is being researched right now for DIMAGA, for MMA, of course. DIMAGA is still not aware of that expand going up on the 12 o'clock position of this map, but DIMAGA is pretty much aware of everything else that's going on in the map. Taking control of this Selnaga Watchtower now as well might actually, no, he lost a few of the active tumors. So good job by MMA taking those out.
Yep. MMA does finally load some of these units into the main base of DIMAGA. Hellion falls immediately. Oh, and it got lifted back up, actually. That was a cute play there. But the Ling's still able to chase this drop away. DIMAGA very, very map aware right now. There's an Overlord over here near this expansion. That's not an Overlord, it's a Zergling. Yeah, but he hasn't scouted it. That's actually painful. So DIMAGA has no idea about this third base. And it's a planetary, so it's going to be hard for him to bust. And he's playing Zergling only right now.
Yep, pretty smart by MMA.
7 mutas out for DIMAGA and 30 Lings on the way. Yeah, this is his Baneling bust, Kev.
Yep, even though he's just on 1-1 right now, he said it works pretty fine with 1-1. He said with 2-2 it's much better. So we'll see if DIMAGA is actually going to start 2-2. And then it is going to take quite a while before he could possibly arrive, though. 190 seconds for those upgrades, obviously. No chrono boost for Dima.
58 Lings at once, 4 hatchery. DIMAGA is...
Ooh, MMA is actually moving out, Ben. And that's like the worst thing that could have happened to MMA, because DIMAGA is just pumping out units.
Yeah, DIMAGA's got a single muted. It's going to fly out here and not spot
he has like 8 mutas,
just
right?
yet.
7.
Yeah. Muta's just kind of poking around here. DIMAGA morphing 23 banelings. MMA is so badly out of position.
Yeah, I actually think this can go really well for DIMAGA. MMA is not aware of this yet. I'm not sure if he watched the games of DIMAGA against
DIMAGA's going to catch the whole army out of position. Immediately surrounds it. The siege tanks will fall. MMA's in trouble, Kev.
Baneling's getting a perfect detonation of on all those Marines. The crowd is actually going nuts. I can't hear myself, but I can hear them.
And here we go. No siege tanks anywhere
So
in
many
sight.
Banelings rolling in
no
for DIMAGA.
chance that MMA holds this. Here come the Banelings, and DIMAGA is going to win this first game. There's no way around it. GG.
Wow, Dima.
1-0 mTw DIMAGA. This Baneling build, this is his new build, his new baby, and he obviously loves it.
Yeah, but I mean, MMA kind of made it easy for DIMAGA though, like doing everything that DIMAGA could possibly only hope for. Obviously, if MMA sit back and gets like 6 siege tanks, it's going to be a lot harder for Dima. But MMA just kept moving out. He wanted to be aggressive. Look at Dima. It's hard not to smile when everybody is going mental all the time.
Ooh, it's only
one.
one.
Do you think that MMA watched the games of DIMAGA versus Gas? I mean, I think they were there, right? No, actually, they played before. Maybe he was warming up. Maybe he did not.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no way to know. I do know that MMA said, and DIMAGA said, and everybody has said, MMA has a list of builds that he's going to do. He has his builds pre-planned per map. He knows what he's going to do, and he's going to do it. So I wager that he wanted to push there.
Yeah.
That was his time. He was going to go hit a timing.
But from start to finish, nothing really lined up for MMA. I mean, the first Hellions didn't achieve much. The 2 Hellions died, and then he had 2 remaining Hellions. Wasn't able to do much. And that first little push, he took down 2 creep tumors, but then he still lost pretty much. Oh God, did he just put on the jacket?
Oh no, it's over. The boxer jacket comes on.
He was not wearing the jacket before. This is so unfair. Couldn't he at least wait until game 3 before he was asking for superpowers again, man?
Oh man, Shakur's Plateau, the second map. This is just like the cast series, man. Could DIMAGA possibly 6-pool?
I don't think so.
It'd be so crazy. So this is the grand final of the Intel Extreme Masters, guys. If you're watching it from a Barcraft, we of course do want to know about it. I'm going to give a special shout out to the Dusseldorf Barcraft. It's being hosted by the Type team, the German team, with Real and DBS in attendance. So
that's very cool.
Yeah, it is super cool. So if y'all are in the area, much love to you guys. Glad that y'all are doing what you do.
I think if DIMAGA uses that build 3 more times, MMA will definitely know who DIMAGA is, and he's never going to forget.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. That's a good point. Another shout out to Katjava's Showbus Bar in Lemonstown, Sweden. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Lemonstown, Ben? Are you sure you're not falling for this again?
Did I get trolled? Is there no Lemonstown, Sweden?
I don't know. Nah, this is very possible. But it sounds kind of funny, you know?
Oh, man. DIMAGA's asked for 2 minutes before we start the next game. He's just kind of collecting his thoughts, trying to decide, maybe 6-pool? I would laugh so hard if he did. I really hope that he doesn't, though. He looks like he's really pondering something, though.
Let's see if there's a Lemonstown. I don't think there is a Lemonstown.
No. Man.
I mean, come on. Oh, maybe it works. No, I don't think so. I think he got trolled.
What the hell?
Poor Ben.
Swedish people.
At least they're having a lot of fun over there, even though it does not exist.
Having fun at my expense, you jerks. All right, so we're still waiting on DIMAGA to give us the go-ahead. Shakur's Plateau, generally considered... Oh, he's asking for permission to watch a replay.
I think we had quite a bit of break already. DIMAGA says 1 minute. X8.
I will be fast, he says.
As you guys can see on the screen, DIMAGA is in the game lobby already, but he still wants to go back. As Sean said, after the second maybe we will have a small break, so DIMAGA can watch it right now. I guess I can only imagine that he was trying to watch the Shakur's Plateau replay. With all due respect, I mean I love Dima, but I think he should have done it before the series started. Or you do it straight away after the game, but not like 3, 4, 5 minute break and then want to watch a replay. I think that's a little bit too much. Man, I wish I was sitting there as well. I think we're gonna have a Twitch TV party here tonight, right? Is that correct, man? Am I correctly informed?
I haven't been told anything, man.
Really? You don't know?
I don't know. I don't have
and
any
afterwards,
answers.
we're gonna hang out with the good old Ukrainians again.
Oh, I can't wait.
All this fixed.
Love hanging out with the Ukrainians. They're the best.
Yeah. You know, someone promised me a Navi hoodie. I'm so happy.
I want a Navi hoodie.
The yellow one. It's so cool. Man. I'm collecting hoodies left and right. I might not earn a whole lot, but I have a lot of hoodies.
All right, guys, game 2 has begun. Looking at the loading screen for Shakur's Plateau right now. MMA versus DIMAGA. DIMAGA did win on mTw.DIMAGA with the Baneling Bust build that he has been touting. So game number 2 coming up. What happened to you, Roddy?
Oh, I don't know. It was slightly above mediocre.
Game 2 is happening. DIMAGA not 6 pooling, not 7 pooling, not even 9 pooling. Well, maybe 9 pooling. But he's up to 9 supplies, so we can safely say that he's not doing anything wonky.
Now I really wonder like what's going through the mind of MMA. Then again, he's probably not even thinking since he just put on the super jacket. But imagine he was not wearing the super jacket. What would a normal human being think right now? Like, okay, try to be aggressive, but this guy just like sort of blind, not even like blind counter is hard to say in TVZ, but the style of DIMAGA was just like the worst thing that could have ever happened to MMA.
Yep, the way that MMA was playing out, mTw.DIMAGA, DIMAGA's build was absolutely a hard counter to it. If you were behind his wall, if you were sieged up, if you were in super turtle mode, then maybe it's different. But he only had, what, 2 tanks, maybe 3?
Yeah, but that's of course because he made a lot of bio units early on, and those bio units got surrounded by because DIMAGA had so many Zerglings. And normally when a Zerg like tries to play like Mutal Link, for instance, you don't have that many Zerglings in that phase of the game.
It's a really interesting build. I'm going to be stealing it when I start laddering.
I think this is going to be like the most popular build on the European server, at least in the upcoming weeks in ZVT. And you know, Ben, you know, I've always struggled with Terran when I play Zerg, so I think I'm going to try to play a note out of DIMAGA's playbook as well.
It's a little piece of advice. It doesn't make you any better against 2 racks.
That's okay. I know how to survive.
Okay.
I'm pulling drones, bro. I watched 12 Weeks with the Pro. It's always overreact. always overpull drones. So I have that little voice in my head. Don't worry, Ben.
Smart.
I watched them all. I saw every single episode.
You're so full of crap.
Ooh, is this MMA is building his racks a little bit out of position. He's not getting any gadget.
So. Ooh, this is going to look like a 2 racks.
No, it's similar opening actually, because the second racks would be way too late, I think. I think it's just going to be no gas, fast expand again for MMA.
DIMAGA sees the first one. He went like 17 pool again, maybe even 18 pool. If I'm DIMAGA, I'm thinking 2 racks at this point. He didn't scout the entire main base. We'll see if he like reacts by immediately pulling a ton of drones when he sees this SCV.
I don't think so. I mean, so far everything is standard. I think DIMAGA will be fine. I actually am a little bit surprised that DIMAGA didn't try to keep that drone alive longer, because if it is 2 racks, then obviously he wants to rally the Marines to your side of the map. So why wouldn't you keep that drone around there to see what's going on?
He's got it on the tower, so he'll see as soon as something walks into his line of sight.
That's right. That's yeah, that makes sense.
Single Marine does make its way across the map just as DIMAGA's spawning pool finishes, so he's going to have to deal with this somehow. Actually, MMA. DIMAGA doesn't make a single Zergling.
Wow.
Are you kidding me right now?
Dima knows.
He's like, I call your bluff, and I raise you $500.
No, I raise you with 3 drones.
Yeah.
MMA is like, alright, call 2 Marines.
MMA says fold, goes back to his base.
Yeah, maybe he does. He's going to take the Cell 9 Watchtower after all, though, so MMA now is going to have a little bit more map vision, and DIMAGA is going to have to give up his. So eventually he is forced to make a few links, but so far 22 drones, 23, even though this is a very strong economical opening for MMA as well, of course. His second command set is ready right now. He's going to upgrade it to an orbital command straight away. Oh, DIMAGA sent a Zergling to the Cell 9 Watchtower, but it ran into... wow, so smart by MMA. Like, DIMAGA still doesn't know how many Marines MMA here has exactly.
Yeah, because they died from behind the curtain. Yep. DIMAGA will spot him now, though. He says, okay, 3 Zerglings. Or, I'm sorry, 3 Marines. So he's probably not thinking crazy aggression, but he doesn't know. He's in the dark. MMA is doing a great job of keeping him in the dark. This Overlord sees a gas.
And I really love this SCV at the Cell 9 Watchtower. It makes it so annoying that Dima actually won't even be able to get it. Zergling does survive with 1 HP, but that's so smart, because now every time, obviously, Dima would normally run to the Cell 9 Watchtower. He would see the entire area, he would know what's going on, and now, like, for us it's obvious that not too much is going on, but Dima can only see what his little Zergling sees, and that's annoying, man, certainly when you're surrounded by side blockers.
I agree. Third command center for MMA. He does put that reactor factory down, so he'll be making some Hellions here. DIMAGA up to 32 drones against 27 SCVs. Really great economical opening for MMA, who is again just going all out macro mode. So Zergling speed for DIMAGA now done. And this is that usual swell of lings we see from him. He's up to 13 Zerglings.
I was getting that one group of links just to deal with like 4 to maximum 6 Hellions. More than 6 is going to be really tough. And even against 4 Hellions, he's going to have to be careful with this amount of
if MMA is not careful, these lings could catch those 2 Hellions.
Yep, speed is ready, right? Yep, speed is definitely ready. DIMAGA's
very
so
nearly
close.
nailed the surround. But MMA is just so fast.
He's not going to give up yet, but there is a bunk here for DIMAGA's going to have to be careful, and he is. DIMAGA as well. He never really, he's not going to sacrifice his overload. I guess he just wants to wait until Layer is ready, then upgrade it into an overseer, so he will see way more.
Yep, 4th hatch down for DIMAGA, and his 3rd base is done.
Ooh, a Banshee on the way now for MMA as well. So MMA sort of a cloak Banshee as well. This is exactly how Kaz opened on Tal'Darim against DIMAGA, and it was reasonably good, I'd say. Even though Kaz did not win that game, I felt the opening was justified.
Yeah. And I would imagine, as good as Cass is, that a cloak Banshee from MMA might be even scarier.
Yes, it is.
So we'll see 6 Hellions out now.
Certainly when he has the
This is the exact same build, I think.
He has the super jacket out.
Yeah, 8 more Hellions. He's going to run in with the Banshee, and then he's going to run the Hellions in when the drones all stack up.
Oh, DIMAGA's getting a surround off. He takes out 2 Hellions at least. This really helps out a lot, because that basically allows him to only worry about those Banshees, and if he keeps picking up Hellions, he doesn't have to worry that much about the Hellions of MMA. I mean, MMA right now only has 4 Hellions, while potentially he could have had 6, right?
Yeah, he would have been at 8 now. No, yeah, 4 up to 6. Yeah, the next 2 would have been 8, 7 and 8. Layers done. Spire's building again. DIMAGA with the 1-1. This is his new build, man, and I think it looks really safe against just about everything. He doesn't have to do the Baneling stuff, by the way. He could just go all in on the mutas.
Yeah, he can just wait until the tanks eventually move out and are on siege, and then still roll in.
Yeah. 3rd base is up for DIMAGA. MMA sees it, but also sees no drones there. DIMAGA's sitting on only 44 drones right now, making more units.
I think DIMAGA wants to be safe. He wants to know what's going on. I really think he's going to morph this Overlord into an Overseer soon and figure out what is going on exactly. Maybe those Banshees. Let's watch DIMAGA first person view.
Sees it immediately, knows. Okay, double Banshee. Will there be an Overseer?
Good job, Ben. Good job, DIMAGA. He's getting a Spore Crawler in his main base. That might work. I mean, the Spire is a little late, Ben.
Spire's finishing. Spore Crawler only about a 3rd of the way complete.
Oh, and now he's going to know it's Cloak Banshee, but this Overseer is almost ready. I don't think DIMAGA will take that much damage, certainly not when MMA starts focusing the Spore Crawler, and he doesn't even take that one out.
DIMAGA, excellent defense against the Cloak Banshee there. Really doesn't lose anything. A drone, maybe.
Blue Flame is being risked right now. 2 Tors are on the way. Do you think MMA is... No, actually he has an order command. He's going to get one more command center, so MMA is actually just preparing for a long macro game.
Yeah, he's transitioning into mech.
Yep.
You know, Kevin, I kind of think another bust would kill this too.
Yeah, with the Tors it's going to be a little bit tricky, but yeah, with 4 CCs already. Of course the Banshees are a little bit of a problem, but he's going to have 4 Mutalisks right now. 11 drones are on the way. For a while, this is like, I felt perhaps the only weakness in DIMAGA's build. He's not droning for quite a while until he has those Mutas, which I feel are a little bit later than normally. And right now it's actually quite hard to deal with those Banshees.
Yeah, they are definitely proving to be very pesky. But mutas are out, so I mean the Banshee harasses. I mean,
13
what
kills.
Did he kill?
13 kills.
7 drones total. So he's killed some lings, he's killed some drones, maybe doing some damage to a queen here or there. MMA going to transition into mech. So I don't know. MMA's mech play is something that I know Artosis sure loves. People seem to be talking about it on Reddit every day. So he mechs as well as probably any Terran in the world. We'll see if DIMAGA's going to be able to deal with it. Again with 2-2 is DIMAGA. Man, there's no tanks. There are no tanks on the map.
Well, he's getting a lot of Tors though. 4 Tors already. I mean, do you really want to Baneling bust that? Soon 6 Tors?
I mean, not right now, but DIMAGA's at 70 drones. I think I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm being... Oh, wow. Actually, with all these Hellions, no. I think with all these Hellions...
of course, Blue Flame Hellions, by the way.
Yeah. The Hellions will kill the Banelings before they can even really detonate. Ooh, this is a scary push now that I really look at it.
That's what I thought. Obviously, Mutalisks are not really the way to go for DIMAGA either. DIMAGA just wants to wait right now, wait for 2-2, and then still going to try to go for the Banelings. But yeah, this army of MMA looks pretty invincible. DIMAGA has a few Mutalisks on the map, but They actually never really sniped those Banshees, so that's going to be annoying for him as well. He's still going to have to worry about those Banshees. Do you think he wants to go for it, DIMAGA? I'm not sure.
I'm not so sure either. Bailey's get in there and do a
God.
small amount of damage. I mean, it was just kind of inconsequential damage. The Thors are all kind of low, but enough SCVs survive. Again, Lings and Bailey's going to try to get in on the Hellions.
MMA is still up 40 supply.
I mean, MMA is up way, like big supply time. DIMAGA at 130 or at 97 against 130, so I don't think he can actually hold this. He's definitely going to lose the third base. He's streaming out with more Zerglings, but I think this is the wrong choice. Lings will surround, but with Hellions roasting and Thor's just absorbing all the damage, there's no chance, man. This third is dead, and so too maybe DIMAGA.
We have still 2 Banshees alive as well. DIMAGA calls GG. MMA takes his second game very, very convincing. Man, why did he wear the jacket? Can we at least get exciting finals and put the jacket away? MMA, come on, man. Yeah? Is he thinking about it? Oh, no. No, he's tightening it up.
Zipped it up a little more.
Okay, that's not good. That's not good, man. Nah, really nice game by MMA. I think he has a nice read. DIMAGA figured, okay, if you want to roll like that, perhaps he did see the games after all against Class. You have so much faith in that build. Let's see how well you do against my Thors. Made pretty short work of DIMAGA in that game, man. It has to be said.
Man, 334 units trained, 20 units killed for DIMAGA.
Wow. No, that's not a good ratio.
No. Yeah, that was just a good, solid answer. MMA didn't even really balk. He just kind of walked across the map and won. And that kind of a mech push is really hard to deal with. I'm not sure that I even know of a good answer. Obviously, roaches are what you need to have, but you've got to have so many of them. And if you overdrone or if you underdrone, you're not gonna make it. So, Terminus gonna be map 3. DIMAGA said he knows the Baneling build will work on this map, but
yeah, that's what he said. I know, I felt that Dima went a bit too early. Maybe if he saved some time, waited for 2-2, and then would potentially get like 15 or 20 more Banelings. If he blows up the Thors, then it's a whole different story, of course.
Yeah.
And he can go a couple of Mutalisks, can somehow deal with these Hellions, even though that's gonna take a little while, but maybe. But I mean, as long as his Thors are alive, that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, he didn't have an answer. And if you're gonna engage something like that, you have to be sure you can kill it.
Yep.
It's the age-old argument: when you fight a Terran, be sure to kill his first army. And DIMAGA didn't. DIMAGA donated his first army and didn't even really damage MMA's first army. So, made for a tough situation. So,
everybody on Twitter is thinking about like, oh, come on, gotta have to put the jacket away, man. We want to see a good final. Come on, MMA, be nice to us.
St. Basil Churchcraft. I had no idea that they held Churchcraft. So
you had that yesterday already. That picture.
Yeah. And from everybody else watching StarCraft around the world.
I really don't think. I think you're overdoing it with the Barcraft stuff because people are obviously trolling you. At least a couple of these things.
What about Barcelona?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean,
it's like they're watching football, man.
Yeah, exactly. But it's possible. It's possible. Barcraft ES is a hashtag, so maybe. But Demo, you can see Demo on the screen right now watching a replay of the previous game. Obviously, MMA is already in the game. The third map will be played on Terminus, as Ben already mentioned. So I guess the fourth and fifth map will at least include Shadow Temple, and then maybe Dualside, maybe Metalopolis.
Yeah, I'm sure DIMAGA vetoed Antigua.
You know what would be like a really smart business model? Making replicas of that jacket of MMA and selling them.
The MMA jacket?
And say they are the original. Man, you'd be so rich. Like if all nerds worldwide would buy that jacket. And they would all become so much better that the jacket doesn't help anymore. And they would still have a legitimate business plan. Because like, yeah, obviously the jacket doesn't work when the other guy has a jacket too.
So everybody has to have the jacket just to be competitive.
Yeah, if you don't have the jacket, you don't even have to play StarCraft anymore.
So DIMAGA, he's still looking at this replay. Just wants to get exactly the right plan in his head. I'm not really sure. He's kind of shaking his head at the Baneling engagement. So, what kind of adjustments would you make if you were in DIMAGA's shoes?
I don't know. I mean, he has really a lot of faith in this threat, but I guess if you scout the Taurus, maybe. Then again, it's like hard to switch into roaches straight away when you go for the double evolution chamber. You're getting the upgrades already.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you go roaches, you rather have some roach upgrades. And he's like, yeah, still got the jacket on. Don't worry, boss. They call from Korea. You have to put the jacket on. He's like, oh, no worries. I've got this stuff covered. See?
And MMA's just all smiles.
Yeah, he's such a cool guy.
He's completely unfazed by the tournament setting. He's whatever. I'm gonna win.
It's cool as well. I mean, MMA came here as like the massive overall favorite for
Mhm.
this entire tournament. Everybody felt like, okay, maybe this guy can stop MMA, maybe that guy can stop MMA, but nobody said like maybe MMA can win, because it's like, no, who can stop MMA? That was
Yeah.
like the question
Yeah.
of this tournament, and delivering like that's really impressive in a way.
Yep. And okay, so here we go. Game number 3 on the way. Map will be Terminus. Series is tied at 1-1. We'll be back with game number 1, guys, in just a second. Game number 3.
Of course,
We'll be
guys.
back with game number 3, guys, in just a second.
In our Ukrainian versus Korea final, of course, mTw.DIMAGA is still our blue Zerg spawning on the top side of this map, and Slayers.MMA spawning as the red Terran on the right side of this map. Looking at these positions, Ben, if DIMAGA wanted to go for a strategy, I guess that's perhaps a little bit better than it would have been on cross map.
Yep.
Then again, I really wonder what MMA is going to do. I really wonder if MMA had that tour strategy planned, like we kind of thought he originally did. You know how he made this strategy, like, okay, I'll play this style, and my opponent can deal with it because I'm MMA and I'm really good at executing whatever I do. But perhaps that was, I mean, that kind of really felt like a hard counter on DIMAGA's build order.
Yeah.
So now I really wonder if he's going to do it again, and what if he does it again and DIMAGA plays completely different. I mean,
Yeah.
now actually I really felt that both of these guys kind of played on autopilot. The first game, Slayers just went, MMA just went with a strategy, DIMAGA played autopilot his own style, and then second game I felt like MMA is like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna open Banshee, I'm gonna do some damage. I'm already gonna start Tor production. He could have still stopped it if he would have scouted like something very, very awkward, but he saw with the Banshees, alright, the exact same thing is going on. Now I'll go autopilot, I'm going Tors, and seemed to be pretty effective, man.
Yeah, it worked out, certainly. I'd be interested to see if he does go back to it. DIMAGA will first scout MMA. These are pretty good drop positions for MMA, so that might also influence his decision a little bit.
Exactly. So he's also opening up with a refinery this game, which is something he did not do in the previous 2 games.
Yep. DIMAGA did see that fast refinery, so he's going to know that MMA is up to something. Not going to know exactly what. Most likely just going to be... Ooh.
Tech lab.
Oh, MMA.
Oh.
Oh, MMA.
I mean, we all know how good Reaper Expand is, but Ben, tell us about how good Reaper Expand is when you're wearing the jacket.
Are you serious? When you're wearing the jacket and you go Reaper Expand, did you see Goody versus Destiny?
Yes, did Goody wear the jacket?
It's the same effect. The MMA effect. He'll go into Goody mode.
Well, let's see, MMA is indeed opening up with a Reaper. Curious to see if it's going to be a single Reaper or more Reapers. He's sending an SCV already down to the low ground, so most likely he's going to build his command center on the low ground. Or?
Yep. Mines one mineral and then throws down the command center.
I think DIMAGA's pool wasn't as late this time as it normally is, but still, that late pool is kind of risky against those Reaper Expand builds.
Yep.
I can imagine.
First Reaper finishing right as the spawning pool finishes. DIMAGA will make 4 lings right away, so he seems to feel this. In other games, he's been much later with the lings, but this time he makes 8 lings immediately.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Take a look at DIMAGA's point of view. Well, he did see the tag lab going on, so I guess
And
he
this
knows.
is the exact same way that MMA opened versus Xenio on this map. So, you know what? Nice Reaper control.
Really nice Reaper control by MMA. Actually, I think DIMAGA's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He has 2 links on the low ground. He tried to outsmart MMA, but when he's wearing the jacket, man, there's just no stopping MMA. Takes down 7 links already. He's going to work on these drones right now.
Oh, that was smart. Starts a spine crawler. Queen does pop out, and that's going to be the end of the Reaper harass. Okay, so MMA said that he's got a list, and that is the build he's going to do on each map no matter what.
Yes.
MMA did this build on this map against the Xenio.
Maybe it's on top of his list.
Well, I mean, this could just be his Terminus build. So DIMAGA knowing that, do you think he's got something prepared specifically for this?
I'm not sure. I really think DIMAGA is just going to scout a little bit better, and I don't think he's going to try to do the Baneling 2-2 again if he knows what MMA is
Double
doing.
command center.
Yep. Something we've seen. That's pretty much on Terminus. I mean, on Shakura's he got quite a quick third command center as well. These Terrans, man, I really feel they're going out of control with building CCs everywhere in every main base whenever they can. It's like Cass getting 2 CCs before he's getting his first tech lab on the reactor or on the barracks. And it seemed like starting to be the same trend worldwide, man.
Yeah. I mean, this is absolutely the exact same build that MMA did versus Xenia.
Reapers are on the way as well, Ben. He's going Reaper Hellion. That's the build we've
Marauder?
talked about. Yeah, sorry. Marauders. He's at least, he already has one Marauder. He's rallying a second one across the map. I think that could be pretty tricky for DIMAGA. Maybe MMA has a really good read on Dima, knowing that Dima likes to make a few Zerglings, drones. Then on a certain moment he starts making Zerglings. But that could be too late against Hellion Marauder.
This time around, DIMAGA's gone gasless. He just added all 4 gases. He's only got queens to defend with right now.
This is so bad.
Ooh, this is really bad.
But the first Marauder is already here, so DIMAGA pretty much knows what he can expect right now. It might actually be too late already, but it's better than seeing it now than when there are 4 Marauders with Stim, because that would have been really bad.
DIMAGA microing as well as he can. He's got 12 lings coming. Queen's going to have to come back to the ramp and fight. Hellion's getting dangerously close to that mineral line. Spinecrawler just outside of range.
Yep. He's going to have to remove that one.
Looks like DIMAGA will actually live to see the light of another day. More Marauders and Hellions coming though.
Yep, MMA does not have high ground vision, so he cannot do anything about that creep. He could potentially scan. He has 3 orbitals soon anyway.
Oh man, this is really tough.
A couple of Hellions are really low on HP. Look at the micro of MMA.
Drones doing it. The drones are coming down to fight and actually get a small surround on the Marauders. One Marauder does finally fall.
Beautiful transfusion right there by DIMAGA. That really keeps him alive a little bit longer. It's going to actually force these Hellions away.
More Marauders and Hellions coming. DIMAGA's building 11 drones. DIMAGA, if you hold while building 11 drones, I don't know. I'll eat my shirt. Not literally.
Not sure what to say about that. But more Hellions are falling. The Marauders are working on these screens actually. The drones help out so much against these Marauders in DIMAGA.
Yeah, I have to eat my shirt now.
Oh, we do have 2 Hellions in the main base though. Let's see how many kills they will be able to get. We already have 7 and 6 kills. And quite a few of them were Zerglings. They're getting quite a few drone kills now though, Ben.
Yep, up to 10 drone kills, 12 drone kills, 13 now. Finally, DIMAGA is going to be able to get away from this. 45 drones to 42 SCVs, and MMA is in a great position. He's got 3 command centers, all 3 orbitals, all 3 at their own bases. And as you said, double eBay. DIMAGA's layer just now about 3/4 of the way complete.
So we have 3 base Terran against 2 base Zerg.
Yeah, so DIMAGA basically playing from behind at this point, and I don't know. I don't know if it's possible to win from behind against MMA.
I really like how MMA executed that push, because I mean obviously that build has been known for quite a while, but normally Terrans like to wait until they have like 4 or 5 Marauders and Stimpak and then bring a lot of Hellions, you know? And he just went for it with his first Marauder and 4 Hellions, and it was actually more scary than ever.
Yeah, it was nasty. It was, certainly because of how DIMAGA opened, he only had, well, he didn't even have the Spinecrawler when the units got there. He started the Spinecrawler when he saw the Hellions. It finally finished, but it was ultimately a bit out of position. DIMAGA was trying to cut corners, and it bit him a little bit. Again, double Evo Chamber, Spire, and Baneling Nest go down all in tandem.
But you love this build from DIMAGA. You always said that you use it too.
The way he opened? Yeah, the gasless? Yeah. No, it's good. He cheated. He did build Spinecrawlers.
It's a cheat.
Yeah, he was trying to cut corners. I mean, DIMAGA's one of those guys that talks about cutting corners in tournaments. And that was the corner he tried to cut, and it hurt him.
Hurt him indeed quite a bit, but he is still up at 265 drones though, and it's only 55 SCVs for Slayers MMA. Ooh, MMA is going to go for a big drop, and DIMAGA barely has any units right now. He has 17 Zerglings on a single Baneling. It's actually going to be quite risky if those Marines are very well positioned, which they are.
They are excellently positioned, so DIMAGA poised to take some big damage here. Queen's kind of coming forward, but MMA Marines are the best in the business. They're like the Navy SEALs of the StarCraft universe.
The Texas Rangers.
Oh, absolutely. 1 queen falls. 2 queens. Not quite going to go down just yet. 38 lings about to pop out.
Yep, that's going to help out a lot. But right now, DIMAGA is basically mining only for 1 base. He's going to lose perhaps 1 more queen. Yes, he does. And MMA picks up all the Marines. That's just disgusting, Ben.
Yeah, excellent play by MMA. He's really bullying DIMAGA around right now. Dima will get back to his injections with his lone queen. He's also getting a 3rd base up, but man, MMA's position is just, I don't know. He's up to 105 supply. His economy is amazing. 64 SCVs to 57 drones. That's not a position Zerg players want to be in.
Combat Shield is being researched right now, or actually it has been being researched for quite a while. It's about to finish, and then he has 1-1 already. 2-2 is well on the way. He's getting +1 on the siege tanks. First Mutalisks are about to spawn for MMA. Ooh, I would have loved to see, for DIMAGA of course, would have loved to see MMA have that supply depot here again with that one Reaper behind it. I thought it was such a cute idea.
Another medevac moving around the back half of the map. It's going to go drop the third base of DIMAGA, and if I know MMA, I will wager that he'll send another drop to the main, and that's exactly what he does. First Muta is going to make their way into MMA's base. They're going to pick up a couple SCVs. Actually, MMA not responding to this at all right now. DIMAGA getting a lot of SCV kills. He's up to, well, 6, 7.
It's pretty good. He's going to scare the Muta disc away right now. Here comes the first drop, which you mentioned, Ben, on the left side.
Yep.
Once again, Marine in a really good position. The other drop is, I don't think, well, actually the middle is not really having a lot of backup support. Now they do from the drones and Zerglings. So DIMAGA actually dealing with this pretty okay.
Yeah, he lost a lot of drones there. He's up to 25 drones lost, 51 workers to 61 workers. MMA in the lead. DIMAGA went for a pretty quick infestation pit as MMA continues to drop. Whoa, DIMAGA, don't attack your own spire. DIMAGA!
No, DIMAGA! Please stop doing that. No,
Oh.
God. And meanwhile, MMA is actually moving on, man. That would have been so scary. DIMAGA is, MMA is moving out in the middle of the map. He's going to build up a little bit of a container over here. He's getting his first missile turrets as well. Still see dropships cruising around on the outskirts of this map. 160 supply ban against only 170.
Yeah, terrible position for the Ukrainian Zerg player. MMA is just so tough. Once he gets into a good position, how do you come back, man? He's just relentless.
I mean, he's a guy that you have to worry about that he doesn't come back, but you don't even want to think about the fact that when you are the guy who has to come back.
Yeah. I mean, MMA, he never stops attacking.
Oh, DIMAGA losing quite a few Mutalisks over here. 4, 5
Careless.
even.
Several mutas go down
5
for
Mutalisks.
only a single medevac. MMA even going to just drop the scan, kill the tumor on the high ground, and head back up to the tower where he will continue with this slow push.
He already has his support base up and running now as well. Turret attack upgrades for the Marines is on the way as well. 5 missile turrets are going up for him somewhere, but he just killed so many Mutalisks.
Yeah. DIMAGA, he looks really shaken to me right now. His build doesn't make a whole lot of sense. He's got double evos. He went for the fast infestation pit, never got pathogen glands, never started his hive. Got the spire, made about 7 mutas, never really added to that number. Now he's going to make a bunch of banelings.
He's still going to go for his 2-2 push, but normally it would have arrived already by now, and that's just because MMA has been so effective harassing DIMAGA all game long, and actually making this look like, at least so far, a relatively one-sided game. I mean, maybe DIMAGA, with all these Zerglings, all these banelings, something will be possible.
He's got a pretty big army. He's going to run forward and get a decent surround. The banelings are going to come rolling forward as well. Siege tanks doing a lot of damage. DIMAGA, though, just doesn't appear to have enough. Doesn't even manage to kill all the Marines, and MMA immediately unsieges and starts pushing forward again. 42 Zerglings in production. I don't know if it's enough, though.
MMA is looking so good in this game. This is kind of how you said it before. MMA makes his opponents look bad. DIMAGA calls GG. MMA takes a very convincing 2-1 lead in this final best of 5 in the finals of the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge in Kiev, and everybody's a little bit silent.
Silence befalls the crowd. Everybody's like, hey, show us that awesome crowd. And then finally the camera goes out there and everyone's just stone quiet as DIMAGA, the local hero,
can't blame him.
Down 1-2 in a very tough position.
I mean, that first game, everything went well for DIMAGA. Everything played kind of in his hand, and now it just really seemed that MMA turn on turbo mode. And he's so good, man. I don't know. I really have no idea what DIMAGA can possibly do in game 4.
Mean, MMA is a guy who, if you make a mistake against him, he's gonna beat you.
DIMAGA has like this sign on like a look on his face, like not just confused, but sort of like blown away. Like, whoa, what is this superhuman being?
This guy's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking with Naniwa about the Korean server, and he said, here's the thing about Korea. When you're playing on Korea, it's not unlike playing on North America or Europe until you make a mistake. Because when you make a mistake, the game ends. Whereas on other servers, players just aren't as refined necessarily. I mean, the DIMAGAs and the Casses of the world will obviously punish you if you screw up. But MMA represents the pinnacle of the Korean server. So when you screw up, he is going to make you feel it, and he did. And you could see it in DIMAGA's play. His build, he was kind of doing the same build that he's been talking about.
And then he felt like
he kind of wasn't, infestation pit thrown in the middle of it randomly.
He just took too much damage as well from the arrest. I really loved MMA's early aggression with the Hellions and the one Marauder. And I don't know, well, at least DIMA's still smiling. Is that Strelok on his left? At least that's what I thought.
So, yeah.
From the haircut, maybe Strelok is going to try to give... No, it's not Strelok.
Sean, the admin. No, it's not. Who is that?
I have no idea who that is.
Some random Ukrainian guy.
This comes on stage. He's like, I know how you can beat MMA. You know when you're playing right now, game 4, I'm gonna rip. I'm gonna come in from behind.
5 more roaches.
No, I'm gonna come from behind. I'm gonna take the jacket of him. I'm gonna put it at your shoulders, and no worries, we've got this. Oh, oh god, that's gonna open up so many memes. Like, Soviet Russia.
Man, you put a guy on camera and it just goes to hell. All right, so DIMAGA, I guess he's watching the replay right now because we can see he's declining these lobby invitations automatically. So, trying to gather his thoughts. He is still all smiles. That's we just heard that that's the team captain of Navi, the Counter-Strike team. That's Zeus. Navi Zeus.
Yeah, Zeus is not the captain of the team, man. I don't know that much about CS, but Zeus is a player. Navi.
Players can't have captains?
Oh, well, he's like the captain. I thought you were talking about more like captain as in a manager. Because most CS teams have like a manager, but Zeus is definitely the player.
Yeah.
So he's like a player and he's the in-game leader.
Yeah, the team captain. Like in hockey, you know, somebody's got to wear the captain's C.
Yeah, okay.
That's Zeus. Yeah. He actually has a separate skin. His Counter-Strike guy has a C on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, so he's the real captain.
Yeah.
He's like the in-game captain.
Oh, captain, my captain. And he's giving Dima a speech. He's like, DIMAGA, this is what you do.
Yeah, he's like, guys, we did it this morning. We had to beat SK Gaming. I know it's hard, Dima, but
sometimes you got to play a couple rounds of pistols. It's just how it is.
Yeah. You know, like you have to play low eco, and after a while, after it goes well, you can bring out the big bucks. And you can go all out. You know, like then I buy the AKs 47s. That's when you buy in like the Infestors and the Broodlords. You see? Yeah.
Yeah, simple.
Ah, okay.
Oh, yes, easy.
Easy. Now I get it. The 4th map ban is going to be played on Metalopolis. And you keep saying that this is, well, in general, a pretty good map for Zerg. Of course, when Terran takes the middle of the map, it's going to be very tough. Really cool from Zeus.
I keep saying it's a pretty good map for Zerg, but Cass and MMA seem to be proving otherwise. I don't think I've seen a Zerg win here.
No. Cass is so good as well. Seems like...
we should have an MMA Cass show match.
Sean said as well, Counter-Strike player giving StarCraft 2 advice, and DIMAGA wrote in-game with big smiley faces, yeah! So, we'll see how this goes. MMA just doesn't care, man.
Yeah.
He just really, really doesn't care. He just sits here, he does his thing, and he's like...
Checks his little sheet of paper.
Yep. Winning 4 in tournaments.
Let's do that build.
Done. For the weekend. Do I have to do sightseeing as well? Like, nah, I'd rather win a 4 in tournament. Well, will he win it in game 4 already? We'll see. We'll be right back with our game on Metalopolis.
Welcome back, guys, to game 4, DIMAGA versus MMA. MMA leads 2-1. This could very possibly be the last game of IEM Kiev.
Yep. And even if it is banned, then we still had an absolutely fantastic tournament with a lot of games that I will remember for quite a while.
Yeah, I agree. What a great tournament, man. Today has been the day of the 5-game best of 5, and then the 1-3-1. Right?
Which 3-1?
No, Zenio wasn't 3-1. He was 3-0.
3-0.
So,
but just in general, in the playoffs, we had so many 3-2s. I mean, Pomi Dima was a 3-2. Feast was a 3-1, but still was really cool against MMA. Then we had Naniwa against Zenio, which was 3-1 as well, and Kaz Wydra was a 3-2 as well. Now today we had two 3-2s already. We had a 3-0, and now at least we're gonna have either a 3-1 or another 3-2, which could still go in either way. I mean, let's not talk DIMAGA out of this. Let's keep the spirit high.
I mean, it's not over. DIMAGA is a great Zerg player. He's already taken a game off of MMA. And,
MMA.
Oh, you sneaky little guy.
And DIMAGA is checking the Cell Dagger Watchtower, but he's not actually sending the drone over here, Oban. This could be so anticlimax. I don't want to know. You take it from here.
Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. Proxy Barracks. DIMAGA is going 16 hatch. He's been getting a late spawning pool in every game. I don't know, man. Not looking good.
11 racks and 14 racks for MMA, or it's 12 and 14. And anyway, it is early. It's not 11-11 early. DIMAGA will get the confirmation right now that there is indeed nothing in the main base.
And he's like, maybe small problem.
Maybe this is not good.
Pool goes down for DIMAGA. He's got to know. He's got to know.
He's like, Zeus told me nothing about spawn killing.
First Marine on the way. No bunkers yet. No additional. One additional SCV coming. So it's going to be 3 SCVs with this 2 racks.
It's going to be very, very hard for DIMAGA to A, stay alive, and B, it's going to be more hard, or even harder to save this hatchery. But we'll see. He's going to find this SCV right now. Ooh, for a second I thought the MMA was might going to try to go for a full wall-up. MMA is going to see it. He's going to wonder where is that spawning pool. DIMAGA does start mining gas. He's going to see that the spawning pool is not even ready yet. A lot of drones being pulled already. Ben, what do we have? Like 2 Marines here? The third and fourth Marine are almost here. 4 Marines against drone only.
We're going to see DIMAGA needs to overpull drones, needs to surround these Marines and kill them, but he's already taken some really big damage. This is so bad for DIMAGA. Already 4 drones down. Bunker even going to be completing. SCV does get picked off. So every SCV's been killed. So DIMAGA's not dead yet. 10 Zerglings coming.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
And with no bunker, no more SCVs on the way, DIMAGA will live a little while longer.
It's only 10 SCVs. Oh, no, actually it's not 10 drones. And it's 14 SCVs for Slayers MMA. MMA is probably just going to wait until he has like a really, really big group of Marines. And then even one spine crawl is not going to be that scary anymore. MMA starts microing these Marines. DIMAGA tries to do something, but what can you really achieve with slow Zerglings?
Has to buy himself time for this spine crawler. He knows it. Needs to get these Marines off the spine crawler. Ling's coming out once again. Great micro by MMA. We would expect no less. Hasn't lost a single Marine.
Well, he lost 3 units this game, 3 SCVs.
DIMAGA calls GG. DIMAGA. MMA will be the champion for the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge Kiev, taking down DIMAGA 3-1. It means we will see MMA in Hanover. It means we'll see DIMAGA in Hanover. Yep. Also guaranteed to see Cass in Hanover.
Now he takes off the jacket. Come on, MMA. Couldn't you have done that before?
Excellent gameplay from MMA. He's shown that, Korean Terrans are
Don't mess with Korean Terrans.
Don't mess with Korean Terrans, exactly.
Absolutely fantastic tournament from MMA. He came here, he was the big favorite. Everybody thought he would have a realistic shot at taking it. Dima played such a fantastic tournament. I would like to just sit there and give him a round of applause. Obviously everybody's like a little bit kind of the energy feels a little bit down in the room right now. But yeah, what can you do, man? What can you do against a beast like MMA?
Yeah, DIMAGA looks a little bit sad. He does not look surprised, though. He was not. It was not impossible for him to win this series. I would never count DIMAGA out and just write him off. But he was definitely the underdog. MMA, one of the best Terran players on the planet, and he just showed it.
He's shown it in so many tournaments in the MLGs.
Cass is the best Terran player in Europe.
Yep.
DIMAGA beat him. MMA handled DIMAGA no problem. Wasn't even really all that close. So
no, I mean, we have to be honest, and MMA just seems like one level above anyone here. I do still feel, that's like a personal feeling, that Titan or Naniwa would have had a pretty good shot against MMA. It's just a whole different matchup, but these guys, and Titan's PVT is really good, guys. I know it's a guy who went 0-3, and I'm talking about the guy who wins the tournament, but Titan's PVT is absolutely fantastic. Maybe, just maybe on a good day, Titan would have been able to do something against MMA. Naniwa, I always feel Naniwa can do something against anybody out there. There's like just no player in the world that Naniwa has no shot against. But yeah, TVZ, maybe like even a TVT final, maybe Cass. If Cass played as good as he did against Zenio, then maybe something would have been possible as well. But I think it's safe to say that MMA over the last 4 days was just on a class in its own, bro.
No, poor Dima, he looks so sad. It's been a great tournament here at the Intel Extreme Masters. We've seen so many good games. Cass's play was just extraordinary. DIMAGA had an awesome run. MMA just solidifying himself as more of a truly world-class player. I want to thank all you guys for tuning in and for supporting Kevin and me in the Intel Extreme Masters and of course the ESL. If you enjoyed what you've seen, if you want to see more StarCraft, if you want to keep in touch with us, you can follow us on Twitter. It's twitter.com/Rotterdam08. Twitter.com/MrBitterTV, and please follow Twitter.com/IntelEM and /ESL. There's another great IEM event happening in just over a week in Sao Paulo.
Make sure to tune in that one as well. Yeah, guys, just really, really big thanks from both of us. We don't have that much time left anymore. Just want to say, I got one really funny tweet. Somebody has the way to beat MMA. He said, turn up the heat in that hall, so it's too hot for MMA to wear the jacket. That's a good one.
Couldn't have said it better, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Intel Extreme Masters. I'm Mr. Bitter.
Next to him is Rotterdam, and we're still watching it MMA.